With us finally being in the month of July, we can officially say that Mauer Der Toten is dropping this month, and we are only 2 to 3 weeks away. To prepare us for this map, Treyarch have been dropping teasers left, right, and center, and in this video, we're going to be going over every teaser so far for Mauer Der Toten, rounding them all up into one clear video, so it's really important that you don't miss anything in this video. And we've got hints on more teasers coming in the next few days on the new wonder weapon, the Perk, and more. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to not miss out on more intel, and let's dive in. Our first teaser began 6 days ago with this image with the words, "Colonel, it has already begun. Time is running out. Gorev." And obviously we get a new look at the map on the ground street level from a different angle than what we've seen it before. Now when it comes to explaining what the text means, we don't actually need to explain it because it gets explained for us in a future teaser. But according from Treyarch, the context for this teaser is to show the state of Berlin after the recent undead invasion. Now what's interesting is this is taking place in a very public part of the world. Up until now, both D Machine and Firebase E have been facilities, but this is out in the open where this is very public. And this next teaser really throws that into perspective, which is really cool, and it's a newspaper headline within the world of Mauer Der Toten itself, which is really cool. The newspaper headline says, "Explosion at checkpoint, chemical gas leak, quarantine in effect," and below says, "An explosion linked to a nerve gas stockpile has officials from both sides of the city urging residents to stay clear of," and then it cuts out. Now we see a post-it note attached here from Omega which says, "Cover story is working, Requiem asset is in place." And I've seen quite a few people get confused on this teaser by reading a bit too much into it, with the chemical gas leak and an explosion linked to a nerve gas stockpile actually meaning something, but it doesn't. This is all just a cover-up from Omega, with Treyarch officially stating the context of this teaser as Omega Group's plan to keep the truth hidden from the public. So it's literally what the sticky note says on the tin. This is nothing but a cover story released to the public so they believe that there is a chemical gas leak and that people should stay away, but in fact this is not the case whatsoever, but there is a zombie invasion. Now I think the image for this teaser is fantastic because we learned some new things about this map that we did not know before, which is really exciting. The first being, if we look towards the bottom left, we can see that there is some more neon signs besides the main one we've seen so far that says Corba, but this shows 3 numbers, 115. Now as far as we know, element 115 doesn't exist in this new Dark Ether universe, so this could just be a throwback to it by Treyarch, or there could be something more to it that we just don't know yet. If we look to the middle of the map here, we can see that the checkpoint bridge from the campaign has now been destroyed. There is no bridge anymore, so if we're going to be able to cross over to the other side remains unknown at this point. But there is a really cool detail between these two buildings from these open rooftop points, and it looks like there is a zip line which takes us between both without having to touch the ground. I can't tell if that is the case because the image has been purposely made to be a bit dark and grainy with some creases and folds, but that's what it looks like to me. But on the right building, you can clearly see what looks to be some sort of equipment that you'd use with a grapple or a zip, so it could be a way to get across these two buildings pretty quickly. And on the very top of the building, you can see the quick revive perk machine, which confirms that some of the gameplay aspects of this map is going to revolve around us being on top of rooftops and buildings, which is really exciting. It's been a really long time since we've seen that sort of gameplay in zombies, so it'd be interesting to see how exactly this all works. And this teaser was posted with Treyarch's wording of "Who will prevail when worlds collide?" But the most recent teaser is easily my favorite, as Treyarch described this as Colonel Kravchenko's true motivation behind capturing the Requiem strike team for his own ends. Obviously at the end of Outbreak Easter Egg 2, Requiem strike team got captured by Kravchenko. We didn't know exactly why, but this teaser explains everything. We can see an image of Dr. Alexandra Valentina on the bottom right, who we've been speaking about for so many months here on the channel as a driving force between what's going to happen in Berlin. And on the left, we have a picture of Dr. Ulrich Vogel, who is a director of the Project Endstation facility that we see as a ghost throughout the Easter egg and is pretty much Valentina's father, although it appears he died long ago, and the strange entity known as the One in the Dark Ether has been talking to Valentina but disguised as her father as a ploy to get her to do his bidding. And Kravchenko has finally realized that this is what she's been planning all along, with this letter that says, "Gorev, the reports of her deception are true. She has betrayed Omega and aligned herself with an otherworldly force. She plans to complete their mission in Berlin. We will not allow this to happen. find Perk and Jaeger, there is work to do. Requiem's strike team have rotted in their cells long enough. Time for them to fulfill their purpose, Kravchenko. This teaser confirms a few things. The gameplay dynamic is going to change because it's more likely than not we're not going to be getting TACCOMs from Weaver, Dr. Gray, Dr. Carver, or Dr. Strauss, but instead we're going to be getting instructions directly from Kravchenko, Perk, and Jaeger. We're essentially going to be working for them. Kravchenko is going to want to use us to stop Valentina from opening this Dark Ether portal and allowing the One and this undead army from World War II to come waltzing through into the Dark Ether. It's going to be an absolutely incredible Clash of Titans, and I absolutely cannot wait for this map. It's going to be really good story-wise, I think. I'm sure most of you are aware that when Season 4 launched, Treyarch done an interview with Julie Nathanson, and recently they released an extended interview with her, where at the end Craig thanks her for playing the role of Samantha, and she nearly cries, as if to simulate that something is going to happen to this character. And I don't want to say it, but with a reaction like that, it makes me feel like there's a chance that Samantha might die in the end of the Cold War zombie storyline. I really hope that's not the case, but a reaction must be for something really significant that happens to the character, so I really don't know what could happen. Let's talk about the Wonder Weapon and perks. On Treyarch's blog post today, they said to keep watching their channels in the coming days for more intel on some of the new Omega technology you'll get your hands on in Mauer Der Toten, which confirms that this Wonder Weapon is going to be of Omega design, very similar to the Ray K-84, which was created by Dr. Dmitry Kuklay. Now, there's been a lot of rumors over the last few months about the potential of there being a mega barrel Wonder Weapon. It was something that was discovered by data miners a few months ago, which seemed to replicate the elemental effects of each of the elite zombies inside of Cold War. And there is intel in the game to suggest that Omega Group were experimenting with the Mangler's barrel cannon, so there's every chance that this could be the Wonder Weapon that we'll see in the map. But again, we won't know anything until Treyarch themselves state it. I really hope that this is a new Wonder Weapon, something we've not seen before. I've seen a lot of people hoping that we see the Thunder Gun return on this map, but I'd personally like to see something new and different. If they wanted to somehow rework the Thunder Gun into a new Wonder Weapon, a little bit how the Ray K has some elements from the Ray Gun Mark III, I think that would be best of both worlds really, but I'd love to know what you think below. Treyarch also stated on the blog post that a sneak peek at the next upgradable zombies perk is coming in a few days, so as soon as we know what it is, I'll let you guys know with a video, but I personally think it's going to be Double Tap 2.0, just based on the cryptic and censored description given by Kevin Drew on the studio broadcast for Season 4. It just sounds like he's referencing Double Tap 2.0. He mentioned something about there being two things on the perk machine, and Double Tap is a perk that we really need in Cold Wars. I think it would be fantastic, but remember, it's an upgradable one, so like with Tombstone, we actually got the effects of Who's Who as well with this, so there's a chance we could see another perk somehow integrated into Double Tap. Let me know what perk you'd want to see in that concoction, or if you just want a perk different from Double Tap. To quickly finish off the video, let's talk about the time frame on when we can expect these new teasers. Well, this weekend is a US holiday, of course, July 4th, and a lot of places are going to be closed on July 5th. I imagine Treyarch is not going to work on that day, so we probably won't expect to see a teaser on Monday, so we'll probably start seeing this stuff on Tuesday next week, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get a full-blown trailer come next week, because if it really is coming in the mid-season update, that should be July 15th, and if that is the case, we're 2 weeks away from the map today, so we must have its own trailer in the week leading up to the map's release. But let me know what you think of the teasers released so far. Are you excited for the map? Do you have any hopes and expectations? Let me know below. If you found this video informative, feel free to leave a like rating on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the latest, and I'll catch you in another one soon.